Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna be where you can see our troubles are all the same. You wanna go where everybody knows your name.
The Cougar TV draft season is approaching in February. You have the opportunity to join us during registration.
To join us, you must take one semester of Video 1, unless you are a senior, which means you can join us today.
You can also take Cougar TV as an honors credit, which is just an extra incentive to join us. Stay classy, Coronado! Good morning, Coronado. Welcome to another episode of Cougar TV. I'm Derek Hernandez.
And I'm Olivia Gillum. With second semester underway, 8th graders are one semester closer to high school.
Let's take a look at what our incoming 8th graders are up to and what our counselors are doing.
I think the most important thing for 8th graders is to understand that middle school is important. I think 8th graders think that something magical will happen that they have not been doing in middle school that will magically happen in high school. So I guess the message that we attempt to give 8th graders is to work as hard as you can while you're in middle school. Use the resources that you have, and to understand that the expectations change a bit, but the expectation is to study, to get the best possible grades, and to talk to your teachers and advocate for yourself. The most important thing for us as counselors for incoming 9th graders who are presently 8th graders is to help them with the transition, to understand that every course and class that they take counts, that credits are important to graduate, and that learning and getting the knowledge to be proficient and successful is the only path that they should be thinking about when they're coming into high school. We want the incoming 9th graders to have fun in high school, but we also want them to understand that it is also a challenge for them to be successful.
Wow, I can't wait for more freshmen.
And even those freshmen will be all wound up, our winter sports are winding down. Let's check out those sports scores. Hockey won against Air Academy 6-0. Boys basketball lost to Air Academy 81-74. Girls basketball lost to Air Academy 49-34. Wrestling versus Fountain Fort Carson won 51-27. And girls swimming versus Fountain Fort Carson at the CSML League got 3rd place. Speaking of sports, girls swim practice after school is going pretty swimmingly, if I may say so myself.
Let's see how they're splashing it up this season.
I've broken 2 records, our team's 6 and 11 dive records. I dive 2 hours a day, 7 days a week. Well, in the beginning of the season, we focused on kind of developing our strength in the weight room and in the pool. And now, as we move towards the end of the season, we're
really working on developing power and speed with the strength that we've already gained. On Mondays and Wednesdays we lift for an hour and then we swim for 2 hours, and then Tuesday, Thursday, Friday we swim for 2 hours.
Swimming in the pool, swimming is cool. I go swimming. The sun is burning, I'm yearning for the water flowing. Next to my skin, the magic beginning. Water flowing.
If I didn't suffer from debilitating hydrophobia, I'd jump right into that cool blue pool.
Don't be afraid to jump right in and ask out that special boy.
You mean?
That's right, it's that time of the year again. It's Sadie Hawkins dance and it's fast approaching.
Hey, Snookums, you wanna go to the Sadie Hawkins dance with me?
You mean the glow dance happening February 23rd at Coronado?
I already got us tickets. One of the first 300 purchased.
Does that mean we get a free t-shirt?
Precisely.
Of course I'll go with you.
Oh, boo boo, you make me the happiest girl in the world.
That was the sloppiest kiss I've ever had. Do you have your eyes on any cute boys, Olivia?
Well, there is one I've had my eyes on. Mr. Felix, the climbing coach, in a completely professional and platonic way, of course.
You might have some competition after we highlight this amazing Goliath in this week's Faces in the Crowd.
I'm Mr. Felix. I teach physical education and health, specifically individual sports, Rocky Mountain High, team sports. So Rocky Mountain High really was born out of ropes and challenge courses, so it was kind of a trend, about 20 years ago. We work on high ropes challenge activities, we work on challenge courses, which are some of the apparatus in the Ox Gym, and then of course we have our climbing bouldering wall here in the main gym. Well, I've been doing this since 1983. That was my first teaching job in high school. From there I went on to spend almost 20 years at different colleges in California and New Mexico. Went into high-tech sales. When the bottom fell out of that market, I was just doing some coaching at one of the local high schools, and the principal there at the time asked if I'd be interested in maybe looking at a physical education job, going through an alternative licensure program called BOCES. So I did that, and kind of the rest is history. Well, I've been to Point Barrow, and I had an opportunity to walk on the Arctic Ocean. It's one of the few places the ocean actually freezes. So I walked out on there, seen a polar bear, and ate whale blubber. My wife and I have a small antique business, so I spend a lot of time refinishing, purchasing, and generally fixing different types of antiques. As many of you know, we have a competitive climbing league. We compete in what's known as the American Scholastic Climbing League. Right now it's all through the state of Colorado. There's over 60 schools that compete. Our state championships are coming up. They'll be the 23rd of February in Ubergriffen. We'll qualify one individual women's varsity climber, Quinn Williams. We'll qualify our entire men's varsity team. And we may or may not be able to qualify our women's and boys JV team. But we are looking for more climbers, both men and women, who may have an interest in top rope and bouldering and being around kind of a very challenging and different type of sport. So, love to have you. You know, for me, the favorite part is probably coaching and just working with young people.
If you're interested in climbing or just want to spend more time with Mr. Felix, consider joining the climbing team or signing up for the Rocky Mountain High class.
Well, that wraps up another episode of Cougar TV. I'm Derek Hernandez.
And I'm Olivia Gillum. Here's a little treat for those of you who are disappointed by the Super Bowl halftime show and or the game outcome. Stay classy, Coronado. Woo!
Okay, I think we did
Need
it.
victory! Oh!
Thrill of the fight, for its sweet victory.
Sicko mode!
It's the thrill of one more kill, the last one to fall. We'll never sacrifice their will.
81-74. Girls basketball lost to Air Academy 49-34. Wrestling versus Fountain Fort Carson won 51-27. And girls swim versus Fountain Fort Carson at the CSML League got third place.
I really good. I really